So, I used to be in high school. Then I graduated high school and went to college. Then I failed all of my classes, and then I wasn't in college anymore. Then I started making plans to get an apartment in Denver with some friends and get a job, and then that whole plan fell apart. But while that plan was falling apart and I was just kind of living with my parents being a bum, I tried to actually develop a system for managing my time effectively. And I did, and it kind of worked. Then I was like, hey, I bet I'd do better if I go back to college now. This whole time I never made a Patreon, mostly because it wouldn't have made any sense at all. I feel like the implicit deal with Patreon is that if enough people give you enough money, you'll make more of the thing. But I was focusing on school and other stuff this whole time, and I was already doing the best I could while juggling those things, and no reasonable amount of money would have convinced me to drop out of school. So, anyway, about 5 months ago I went back to college to study computer science, because why not? Seems like as reasonable a career as any other. And I hated it. Not just programming. Like, I realized that the fact that I was failing all of my classes wasn't the only reason I was miserable the first time I went to college. I was doing fine in all of my classes this time, but and I basically sat down and went, okay, if I do this, I'm gonna have to be at it for like 3 more years, and I'm gonna kinda lock myself into a career I'm not even sure I want to go into. My odds of being unemployed will be about halved, and my wage will probably be about 1.5 times higher, but is that worth being miserable and making negative money for 3 years of my life? I don't think it is. And then my dad was like, hey, guess what? I just quit my job. We still have some money saved up, so I should still be able to pay your way through college, but I just thought I'd let you know that our family now has no income. Okay, bye. And then I was like, okay, time to get a job. I'm gonna drop out of school, and then for 1 month, I'm gonna put everything I have into making YouTube into a career. If by the end of that month I can't make a living off of it, and then Hank Green popped out of nowhere and gave me a bunch of money through the Vlogbrothers Creators Grants thingy. And then I was like, 2 months. I'm going to put everything I have into making YouTube videos for 2 months. And if by the end of that I'm not making a living off of it, I'll just get whatever job I can get my hands on. So yeah, that's about where we are now. Link to my Patreon in the description.